Good morning. How are we today? Well, how are you? Good. I'm doing well. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for being here. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Joe Shepard. I'm the president of Western New Mexico University. And this week is an important week in terms of the proclamation that I'm about ready to read. It's Autism Awareness Week. And so oftentimes we go through life in terms of not understanding the full impact of such things as autism. And its causes and effects are still being studied to this day in terms of what causes it and whatnot. A lot of theories and a lot of pieces of information, both accurate information and a lot of misinformation out there. And Autism Awareness Week allows us an opportunity to take a deep breath, take a step back, and learn a little bit more. But it's also a chance for us to challenge the science, challenge the research, challenge those who have the funds and the wherewithal to provide toward more research. Because we have a long way toward really resolving the issues centered around autism. Yet we've made a long way. We've made some tremendous progress, at least in this country. Unfortunately, worldwide, that is not the case. And even in this country, it's still not as on the forefront as many of us would like to see it. So autism awareness is a chance for us not only to wear a ribbon proudly, but a chance for when people ask us what that ribbon means, to ask them to become a part of the solution, part of the opportunities, and I use the word opportunities, to meet the challenges that autism brings to the forefront. So allow me to read this proclamation. Whereas autism spectrum disorder is a lifelong development disability resulting in significant impairment of an individual's ability to learn, develop healthy interactive behaviors, and understand verbal, nonverbal, and reciprocal communications. And whereas ASD is the third most common developmental disability affecting 1.5 million individuals nationwide and affects over 2,500 individuals in this state. And whereas persons with autism spectrum disorder can succeed and reach their highest potential with effective community-based supports, accurate early diagnosis, and the resulting appropriate education and intervention are vital to the future growth and development of the individual. And whereas support groups such as the Silver City Autism Awareness Group and the WNMU School of Social Work have dedicated their time and service in an ongoing effort to advocate for the rights, humane treatment, and appropriate education of all persons with ASD. And whereas these groups remain committed to individuals with ASD and to educating families, professionals, and the general public to better understand ASD. And whereas autism spectrum disorder is a complex disability that requires and greater recognition and understanding to ensure that individuals with ASD living in southern New Mexico and all around the world are afforded a self-determined life full of dignity, respect, and fulfillment. Therefore, I, Joseph Shepard, President of Western New Mexico University, do hereby proclaim the first week of April 2018 as Autism Awareness Week at Western New Mexico University. Thank you. And now I'd like to have Patty come to the podium, and I think you have some additional things, correct?
My goodness, he's so much taller than me. It's okay, I have more hair. So I was asked actually to come and talk about why it's so important to think about autism awareness. And first of all, I have to say this has kind of been my life's work for about 15 years now. According to Autism Speaks, in 1975, ASD affected only about 1 in 5,000 individuals, and some statistics say that in the early 1970s, it was 1 in 10,000. In 1995, that number jumped to 1 in 500. And in 2005, it jumped to a staggering 1 in 166. Last year, the CDC revised their numbers again, showing that about 1 in 68 school-age children had a diagnosis. The thing is that it continues to rise. That's a 600%, over a 600% increase, just in my lifetime. Autism affects more than 1.5 million Americans. In the state of New Mexico, there were 24,692 children born last year. If we use the current statistic, that means that about 365 children will be diagnosed with autism in our tiny little state. The problem is that we know that that's not the trend. The trend is that it continues to rise, and it continues to rise, and it continues to rise. So those kids will be coming here to join our community. Chances are everyone in this room knows somebody affected by autism. I'm the parent of a child with autism. This year, he's 15 years old, and he's a sophomore in high school. And in a few short years, he's going to be the same age as many of our students. And as we prepare to send his older brother off to college, we're wondering what the future holds for Elijah. The truth is, we have to realize that autism doesn't only affect that child. It affects the entire family. It affects the entire community. Creating inclusive communities that respect differences is one of the things we can do to support people with autism and their families and their caregivers. And I have to say, I am so proud of our WNMU community for trying to do just that. So thank you.
Hi everyone. Thank you all for coming here today for the reading of this proclamation. Thank you, President Shepard and Patty West, for your contributions. The only reason I'm up here right now is to go ahead and announce we're going to be having a couple of events to raise awareness in the community. One of them is on this Wednesday at the Global Resource Center. That's going to happen from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. It's an autism first responder training. It's geared towards first responders in the community. However, everyone is welcome to attend. There's great information. Also on April 14th at Fox Field from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. we're going to be having our first, hopefully annual, Silver City Autism Awareness Walk. There we'll have information booths from different agencies around the community, as well as a meet and greet with local first responders, photo booth, face painting, and various events. There'll also be music and prizes. We are having a raffle to raise money for first responder medical alert seatbelt covers for the community. So all that information can be found on our Facebook page, which is Silver City Autism Awareness Walk. Please check it out, and all the information to contact me is on there as well. So I hope to see you all there. Thank you for coming here, and happy World Autism Day.